All right, y'all. We are back. I am super excited today because we are introducing a new podcast, Guided Truth. What is Guided Truth, you ask? Well, it's not going to be me doing it. It is going to be Guylan Charles. Let me go ahead and introduce Guylan Charles. Charles, which is your last name, Charles and Cameron. That'd be kind of cool, right? But Guylan, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm highly favored and blessed.
Isn't it blessed and highly favored? You done said it backwards. You know what? Charles and Cameron, I'm blessed and highly favored. You're highly favored and blessed.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. So you feeling good?
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna do this new show that is gonna appear on the Conduit. That you're going to do. And I think this is a really important show, Guided Truth. Can you tell people why you believe this show is important?
We need to have conversations. It's just the times that's going on in the world. We got to figure out a way forward. So we need to come together as believers of different denominations need to come together.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So,
denominations of Christianity?
Yeah, Christianity.
Okay.
So, well, we all need to come together, but definitely Christians need to come together and be on the same accord. So,
gotcha. Okay. So I definitely agree with you there, 1,000%. And so we kind of know why you believe this is important. The timing would be, why now?
There's not a lot of time left.
Uh-oh. We got months, weeks, years?
I mean, it's years. It's years, but I mean, it according to the Bible, it's any time.
Mm-hmm.
The stage is set. So there's no telling when as of right now. So I think we need to at least start having these conversations. If we can start the discussion, then we can kind of figure out what directions we should be going in.
Gotcha.
To start working together.
And I'm assuming that sense of urgency is just coming from what we're seeing here locally, even geopolitically throughout the world.
Yeah, throughout the world. Because the signs are out there now. So there's no getting around that. But I think we should have a united front.
Okay.
To be and at least start preparing for what's coming, and just to be able to help each other and to communicate, I think is desperately needed now.
So before we get into the 5 goals of the show, Guided Truth, answer this question for me, because I would assume that many would have the same question. You believe this podcast is needed, this conversation is needed, but what do you say to those that say, well, can't you just go to church on Sunday or go to Bible study and get what you're talking about? Like, why is this additional piece needed?
Well, church is a piece of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a large piece, but I think we need to just have these discussions, because maybe my hope and prayer is that people who don't believe will at least question what I'm saying and either pick up the Bible to fact check me,
okay,
or to verify what I'm saying is right or wrong. So basically, the whole point is to spark a conversation, to get people to open the Bible and read it.
Gotcha.
Or just to open the Bible, read it to find out, to get an understanding, or to just, if they want to know what's coming next. But yeah, we need to be fact checking each other off of what the Bible says. So,
man, I agree with you there. Well, let's get into these 5 goals, and you can take as much time as you need to kind kind of unravel those. Goal one, and these aren't in any particular order, but goal one is to encourage communication.
Yeah.
So talk about goal one.
So basically, that is to spark discussion between anyone who's interested, anybody that has questions, anybody who's curious to know or who's searching for truth.
Mm-hmm.
So that's and if I'm saying something that's not in the Bible, if I'm saying something that's wrong, then by all means, I'm open to somebody that can come and criticize in a healthy way, or let me know, hey, that's not in the Bible, or I don't agree with that, and that's fine, because you don't have to agree with what I'm telling you. But I at least want to have that that dialogue. So,
Gotcha.
and since in this country you're free, everybody has a freedom of speech.
Mm-hmm.
I want us to use that freedom of speech.
And you're going to exercise your freedom. I like it. Well, as a veteran, thank you for your service. Yeah, absolutely. Right. You're taking advantage of that. Let me tell you, one of the reasons why I'm intrigued about this particular podcast, when you talk about encouraging communication, my dad was a Baptist minister, and one of my issues with the church is, on Sunday, the pastor, preaches a sermon, right? It's kind of talking at you, and there's no chance for dialogue, right? Bible study could have an opportunity for dialogue, but typically the pastor or whoever is facilitating Bible study kind of has a lesson plan that's set. So if I have questions that are outside of that, then I need to find yet another time outside of that. And so I think that, and those things are needed, right? And so that's why I think that this podcast can really stimulate and encourage communication and conversation, because you can have these pieces of topic that we can deep dive in, and we can stay there without disrupting the sermon or the Bible study.
Because Bible study, I mean, most Bible studies, you can ask questions, but it's only on that particular topic. So I'm hoping to have different topics on the show. So most will be biblical in nature, but some will be what's going on in the world.
Well, you brought us right into goal 2. So goal 2 is to get people to start thinking about why things are bad. So why is that important? Why is that your second goal?
Biblically, the Bible is telling you what's going to happen. So it gives an explanation of why things are the way they are now, and what's coming next. So it's literally a timeline that you can open up and look and see what's going on and plan accordingly. So if people want to know the truth, that's also, so they kind of, as you can see, the goals kind of tie into each other. And if you just want to know the truth and want to discuss what's going on, then by all means, people can they can call in, or they can text and to the show, and we can have that discussion.
Again, another goal that resonates with me when I was out in the world, and even when I was attending church, questions like, well, why does God allow war to happen, or why does he allow kids and babies to die, and why not step in, and having conversations around free will and salvation and all those things are in the book. But getting into that and then having someone explain it and then reinforcing that learning is been a piece that's been missing for me. So, and then like you said, there is a timeline of things, and we can look and see how things were in the past and how it does appear to be that we're getting close to the end days by the things that we're seeing in a book that has existed through everything that's happened in the world. over 2,000 years. So
Yeah.
that's really powerful.
But I'm not saying I have all the knowledge. I'm just saying this book is available to obtain that knowledge and show you how to prepare and show you what you should be doing to make sure that you know what's going on and you can follow the direction you choose to follow at that point.
Man, you lead us right into goal 3. I mean, it's like you planned it like that. So goal 3 is to actually follow those Bible principles and tying the following to being blessed, right?
Yes.
To bringing the
Yes.
blessings. So
Yes.
why is that so important? This is a critical one here.
Well, the Bible shows you how to live, and it shows you. So God wants to bless everyone, but you have to do it within His will. Basically, He wants good for everyone. So if you just align yourself with His will, then you will be blessed. So when you say it like that, it's not a difficult concept, but doing those things is a different story. You have to be disciplined enough to follow those principles and understand those principles, but a lot of those principles are to keep you out of trouble and keep evil away from you. So if you don't follow those principles, then there's repercussions for that as well. So
again, another great goal, and one that I can't wait to unpack is football season is about to start. And I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, and I pray for my Bills. But, in all the Super Bowls they lost, the other team was praying too. So, it's like God didn't answer the Buffalo Bills prayer, but He answered the Cowboys prayers. Now, you're not going to answer that today, but that's one of those things of discussion, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's really powerful, and it could be very beneficial to people that are wanting to find something else, right? Yeah. They're feeling lost, they're struggling, they're alone. Everything seems to just not work out for them, no matter how hard they're working and trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And following biblical principles can really put perspective, and then folks will start to see the blessings that are brought from it.
Yeah, because then you'll start seeing why you're not getting those blessings based on what you're doing or what you're not doing.
Yeah.
And so that's what so the next one is find a church home.
Well, look at you. Look at you. All right, so the goal number 4, finding a church home.
So that's the whole purpose behind having a church home, is because that's the pastor's job, is to show you the biblical principles you're supposed to be following. So he's like the head teacher that's showing you, okay, look, these are the rules. These are the principles you need to follow if you want to have a blessed life. But these are the repercussions when you don't.
Man.
Because as being a pastor, that's a huge responsibility, because he's responsible for all of his congregation. He's responsible for their soul.
Yeah.
So he should be telling you who was what. And also that's having a church home, that's a spiritual covering as well. So and I get it. A lot of people probably think that all churches are bad, or they can't find a good church. But you have to literally, you should pray and let God lead you to where you need to be.
This one, all these goals are great. This is another powerful one. One, I would ask my dad why it seems like many of the folks that go to the church are just full of devilment. They're talking about each other. They're sleeping with each other in the church. Church is one of the most crooked places you can go to. And what he said to me was so profound. He said, well, son, think of church as being a hospital for the sick.
Exactly.
But we're talking about their soul. So these folks are coming to the church. They're human. They're going to sin. They're fallible. And that's what it is.
And they're battling those spiritual principalities that is people going to have a rough time. So,
and the big trick is, for those that have been involved with the church and left for whatever reason,
Yeah.
you'll hear them say, well, I'm spiritual, I'm not religious. I don't need to go to church. I don't need, someone else to talk to God for me. I could talk to God on my own. And yes, we should be encouraged.
And that
to
is
pray.
that's a true
Right?
statement.
That is true.
But you
right?
still want that spiritual covering too.
But they come up with all these excuses to not go to the church, right?
Yeah.
Well, sister such and such, she talk about everybody like a dog, Deacon Clap Cheeks is in here, sleeping with all the people in the church. And so you can get caught up and focused on all those things. But if you're going, studying the word, being in the word, listening to the service,
you're going to learn how to maneuver.
Praising God, being in prayer.
Yeah.
Those things aren't going to...
The biblical, that's the principles you can follow.
Man, you know what I mean? And so that's so powerful. And I think it would bring back a lot of people that feel disinfected by the church. Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, I can't go to church. I can't find a good church, right? Yeah. That's me. I haven't been to every church, right? So I just come up with all these things on why. All right? So go ahead and grab that. We're just going to keep on rolling. We'll just note it. This is 16, whatever here.
Oh, okay.
We got to put the conduit sign up. Come on in.
Hey, how's it going?
All right.
Good.
Come on in.
How you doing, man?
Lisa.
And the last goal is warriors for God.
Yeah, because every Christian is a warrior, whether you want to be or not, because you still got to battle the spirits and the principalities that are on earth. So, that's a part of it. So when you choose to become a Christian and a true believer, that's a part of it. You got to be ready to get your armor and get ready to fight. So.
Oh man! All right, this goal here is
it's no cakewalk.
I got to figure out how to embrace this one because I think some people may be, I'm lost. I'm trying to find another way, and okay, I'll come to church and give it a try. But now you tell me I got to fight and I got to be a warrior.
Well, that's so everybody has a choice.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing is given freely. So God's love is free, but you still have to become a disciple.
Yeah.
If you want the benefits of being a Christian.
I think because
everybody wants the benefits without the work.
Well, this is a true story, right? What's the easy way? Maybe I could just use ChatGPT or
but
AI.
You wouldn't get all the benefits unless you put in the work.
I think it's counterintuitive, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying you need to be a warrior for God, but in order to do that, you have to put on the armor of God. So the armor of God is protection. So by you fighting, you're protected.
You're exactly
right.
Exactly.
So I think it's counterintuitive.
So that's the reason why you're a warrior. You're a warrior for God because you want God to fight the battles that you can't fight.
Mm-hmm.
Then He'll fight, but He's also going to give you some tests to build up your endurance, to build up your will to fight. So you're gonna get some training along the way, but it's all for the end goal.
All right. Well, that is what Guided Truth is going to be. That's what it's about. Guyland will facilitate these discussions. Many times he may be by himself. Maybe I may be here. Maybe he'll have some guests. But I know that some of your first shows is Can Real Christians Come Together? Let's see. Can Black and White Christians Agree? Man, churches should be more focused on youth ministry. So there's a lot of good things in here. So I hope people will tune in and learn more.
Yeah. Well,
final thoughts?
I'm just going to put the information out.
Okay.
Because people still have to, they can make a decision whether they want to hear it or not. So, but at least we'll spark a conversation if nothing else.
Absolutely.
So that's the main goal.
Well, take us out.
If you like what you hear, they can subscribe or hit the like button. Um,
Man, you get to say it with your chest. Man, you need to like, subscribe, tune in, hit that notification. You need to get involved when you see a show. Hit the thumbs up so it can be pushed in the algorithm. Make sure you type in the chat. Be active, be involved. And that's it. So for Guylin, I am R1 Cameron. This is Guided Truth. Signing off for the Condo.